Great. Well, welcome. We'll go ahead and get started. So welcome to the Redwoods, to Hunter, Nancy, Audrey, Ann, and Catherine. We're so excited to have you participate in our 60th anniversary 60/60 tour for LeadingAge California. It's been a lot of fun. Jack and I have been going around the state and interviewing communities and residents. It's just been a delight to get to know so many of our communities in a different way as we celebrate our 60th anniversary.
Well, thank you very much, Jeannee. And I am Hunter Moore. I'm the CEO here at the Redwoods. And I've been in this business for over 3 decades now, about half as long as LeadingAge California has been around. And the Redwoods is an innovative, inspiring, affordable community here in Mill Valley, California, right on the Richardson's Bay, on San Francisco Bay. We're a multi-level continuing care retirement community. So we have independent living, residential, and skilled nursing. We also have about 40% of our independent living residents taking advantage of a HUD project-based voucher. So 40% of our independent living are very low or extremely low income. And in our skilled nursing, about 30 to 35% of our residents take advantage of Medi-Cal. The Redwoods is celebrating its 49th year, or 50th next year. We're really happy about that. But 60 years ago was starting with the local church was the planning for the Redwoods. And now about 50 years ago, it started. 40 years ago, it added and expanded to the community it is today. 30 years ago, they refinanced. About 10 years ago, they started planning and renovating what we've got here. And for our 50th anniversary, we'll have the entire 10-acre campus renovated. And so we're really excited to be part of that. We're really excited to be part of LeadingAge and this celebration.
Well, Hunter, you've been such a great partner of ours, particularly in the support of our Age On, Rage On campaign, but also your total involvement of you and your staff and residents being a part of us. It's so exciting. We're so grateful for your participation.
Well, thank you. We're really grateful to be members of LeadingAge and take advantage of all that you and your team do, but all the other members do as well to make all of us provide better services for residents.
So, Catherine, tell us a little bit about yourself. What's your role and how you got to the Redwoods?
I'm the administrator, so I'm responsible for the skilled nursing facility and the assisted living community, and recently for the marketing for the campus. So, and whatever all other duties is assigned that Hunter likes to give me, which I enjoy. So I've been involved in senior housing from the very first start of my career. I started out as a CNA, a nursing assistant when I was 17, looking for a part-time job between high school and college. And in a nursing home, and said, I don't really like the way this is going. I don't like the way these people are treated. I think it could be better. I think maybe I could help out. I could do something. So that prompted me to become a nursing home administrator, activity director, and then things kind of took off from there. So I've loved almost every minute. I wouldn't do anything else. I've managed about everything out there is to manage: continuing care, nursing, assisted living, you name it. And I just love working with older adults. I find them fascinating. I love history. I love their stories. And when people need it, I love being part of the solution to, whatever challenges they're facing. So really enjoyed it. And I love LeadingAge. And I love It's Never Too Late. I've been a big fan of both for a very long time. I take both with me wherever I go. So happy to be involved and really appreciate all you guys do for us. And I'm proud to say that after a year, we are the only assisted living and nursing home in Marin that did not have a positive COVID resident. So I always do what Hunter tells me.
Well, that's like a blue ribbon right there.
Well, team effort, but I'm really happy that we've managed to go this long and had happy, healthy residents. So it's a good thing. It was difficult on everybody, but we've made it through so far.
And Audrey, let's turn a little bit to you now. Tell us a little bit about yourself. What's your journey to the Redwoods, and where did you start? Where were you in the 60s and maybe a little before the 60s?
Weren't the 60s something? Oh, for the 60s. I mean, people started, in my opinion, people started to wake up, to pay attention to what was happening in this country. We had an opportunity to take action that didn't seem possible before then. I graduated from high school in 1960. Kennedy came to my high school and I got to introduce him. And before I was introducing him, he laid down on the floor behind the curtain because his back hurt so much. And he looked up at me and he said, "Just remember, we're designed to wear out." I hope. That's always, so since those days, my focus has been on a couple of things, I think, that could use, these words aren't so good, but a social action kind of orientation. So I've just been involved with Freedom Riders and voter registration in the South, and Cesar Chavez with grapes, and organizing prostitutes in Tijuana, and just on and on. You know, it's just wherever we go, there are things to work on. And I've been blessed to be awake in this period and have had good mentors, good teachers along the way. Peace Corps for 5 years was an incredible education for me, one that I'll never get over. And
like Audrey, during the 60s, I became a social activist. I think we just took it for granted. There was so much going on at that time. And I was in college in the mid 60s. And at the time, I remember very strong images of John Lewis and the march over the Selma Bridge, and all of the activity and information that was going on in the media about what was happening to African Americans in the South. And one day a recruiter came through my college. I went to Immaculate Heart College in Los Angeles. I'm the product of 16 years of Catholic education, and he was recruiting for volunteers. And like so many opportunities that have been presented to me, I said, why not? So I joined, and along with students from Loyola University, also in the LA area, we joined one of Martin Luther King's projects. It was called SCOPE, Southern Community Organizing and Political Education. And given the timing, this was in mid-1965, it was right after the Voting Rights Act had passed. And so college volunteers were recruited from all over the country. We were trained in Atlanta with Dr. King, Mayor Groston, Ralph Abernathy, a scope of the leaders of the civil rights movement. I was privileged to have the opportunity to meet and speak with Dr. King. Took it all for granted. This is what goes on.
It was absolutely effortless. I can't believe it. I was already retired. I was traveling. I didn't have a home because I had my job in Detroit. And I was visiting a friend up in Petaluma. And she said she had a friend that was a resident here, and she went to visit it and she liked it. So I was driving to San Francisco and I thought, I'll stop in and see this place. And I drove in, and when I walked in, and they were very cordial, I said, you can go anywhere you want. And if somebody in a apartment invites you in, feel free to go in and look. But what I did, then I said, and this is the social room in the library. And I walked in and looked at the library, and there was the newspaper rack. And there it was with the New York Times, the Wall Street Journal, the San Francisco Chronicle, and one other. And I thought, that's it. There was no movie magazine, there was no gossip magazine. And I thought, this is the place to live. It's obvious. There's a big change. I mean, I never thought about death until, well, shortly before my hundreds. But there are a lot of advantages to being very old. One of them is to let go of all your prejudices, all your judgments about other people, to find other people just right the way they are, whatever way. And the other is to look at what it means to have lived on this planet and all the adventures and the excitement and the challenges and the array of wonderful people, and to think about leaving the planet.
Those are such cool mottos to live the life by. So
Okay.
I've already promised Catherine I'm going to get out there. Now I'm just blown away by this conversation. So apologize to leave early, but just brilliance on all parts. So thank you, ladies, for just your passion in life.